W, it's one of South Africa's leading or three leading niche providers of electrical and instrumentation, as well as specialist earthing, lighting and surge protection services to the oil and gas, the infrastructure, industrial, utilities, mining, chemical and food and beverages sectors as well. Joining us now to unpack some of the numbers that were released is the company's CEO, Brian Harley, and he joins us, of course, live in studio. Brian, thanks so much for joining us this afternoon. Well, let's get straight into the numbers here. I mean, revenue decreasing this time around 8.3% when compared to the 6-month period through to February 2009. This when the company was boasting quite good growth throughout the downturn. So run us through your major pressure points at the moment. Sure.
You know, I think you know, we've always warned the market 12 months ago that we're going to have a slight dip. If you compare the revenue now to the revenue for the last 6 months ending August, you can see we've gone through the dip and there's now a favourable trend going back up again, at least to the end of August.
So it isn't necessarily all bad news at this stage?
Not at all, not at all. We're happy with the results. They're strong results, and we believe we've gone through the dip, and there's certainly a favourable trend going forward.
Well, amongst the chief factors to consider here is delays in the number of projects. I mean, W, the last time we spoke, emphasised that it was heading into the new 2010 financial year with a record order book. At that stage, it was sitting at about 570 million rand. What kind of work do you have at hand right now, and just how confident are you of that coming through and being completed before August 2010?
Sure. The delayed projects, we haven't had any cancelled project, firstly. The delayed projects are back on track, and our order book currently stands at 595 million. So what's happened since November last year, we've picked up 180 million rand of the orders. So we've got a healthy order book right now, and that will carry us forward in a favourable condition going forward to the end of this financial year.
Of course, you have also made this acquisition in the period of Pontins. How do you see this enhancing your operations, where a strong focus throughout the downturn for the company had been on efficiencies, tightening your cost controls and streamlining operations to get maximum efficiency?
Well, firstly, Pontins are now part of us. The two cultures have got together. It's on target, and it's going extremely well. Secondly, Pontins as a specialist company has huge growth potential, particularly in Africa, and we want to take advantage of that going forward. So they would be part of our long-term growth plan.
In terms of the machine that we're looking at,
yes.
Pontins and W together, you're confident that you have enough muscle then to handle the work at hand moving forward?
Most certainly. Obviously, when one looks a little bit further down the line onto a long-term growth plan, BMW will be looking at specific niche acquisitions, and that is part of our long-term plan.
We've seen some element of diversification in the business with new infrastructure projects. They were one for an upgrade and expansion for a cement plant. I mean, just how strongly are you relying on infrastructure development in South Africa, but also on the continent as a whole moving forward?
Right now, and our history tells us that we weren't very strong in infrastructure. We've now made a certain effort in our from a marketing point of view, and we have identified a number of good sizable infrastructure projects that suits our nature of work, and those should come on stream in the next sort of 4 to 6 months. So it's a positive step for us, and it will enhance us going forward from a growth point of view.
How much of the business coming from non-South Africa?
Right now, about 56%.
Okay, so significant growth from where your target had at one stage been sitting at 30%, right?
That's correct.
Okay, so just how significantly then do you see the rest of Africa contributing to your bottom line moving forward?
Well, right now, 90% of our revenue comes out of mining, and mining is going to be around for a long time. We have identified over 1,000 mining projects presently active right now, from exploration right through to being an active project, and that over the next 3 to 4 years would come on as active projects. We, at the moment, what our database is saying, 60 to 70% of those mining projects will be coming out of Africa. So Africa to us is significant.
That's in Africa, but you've also got your sights on further afield. I mean, what kind of progress are you seeing on that front?
It's a little bit slow at the moment,
Yeah.
for various reasons, but we're looking to our blue chip clients to go forward with them. We have made progress, albeit slow, but that's a long-term process, and we intend to follow that, and it's going to be good going into the future. Yes.